Hello everyone, Batman 2049 back with another Dragon Ball What If. Now, in this What If, it's going to be what if Goku chooses to master Kaioken and use it as his form. We're going to start this off right after he dies at the hands of King Piccolo and goes up to King Kai's planet. Now, there are other YouTubers that have done this, but I want to take a different route. We'll start off up in King Kai's world. King Yama has granted him access. But while he's traveling down Snake Way, he falls off. And he bumps into Bardock and Guinea. While he's down there, he trains with them for, I'd say, about 6 months. They tell him his heritage, who he really is, and how proud of him they are. And he promises that when he gets a chance, he'll revive them. They throw him up to the Snake Way after he grabs King Yama's fruit and eats it. I know we're not supposed to in this Dragon Ball world, but hey, whatever. Anywho, he gets up to King Kai's planet and is a wee bit stronger because he trained with his parents. While he's there, he learns to master Kaioken, the Spirit Bomb, and King Kai even teaches him the Ikari form. He's up there for about 2.5 years when he says, "Hey King Kai, I have a favor to ask." "What is it, Goku?" "I met my parents down in hell. Can you grant them access to be here? I want them to train with me." "Ah, met your parents you have. Good, good. I don't see why that's a problem." He gets in contact with King Yama and King Yama accepts it. So just like that, Guinea and Bardock are up on King Kai's world. Now the day comes when Goku is revived. But before he leaves, he says, "Don't worry, Mom and Dad, I'll bring you back eventually." They look at each other and say, "Kakarot, we don't need to be brought back. We're going to stay up here with King Kai. He looks like he could use some company. But we're always going to be here if you need us." He gives them each a hug and says, "Take care." So, everything happens the same way all the way up to when Raditz arrives. Raditz arrives, Goku runs out and says, "So you're my brother, Raditz, aren't you?" "Ah, you know of me." "Of course I know of you. I met Mom and Dad down in hell when I died." "You met Mother and Father?" "I thought Mother would end up in hell. I never figured Dad would. I thought he would be eradicated." With one punch, Goku sends him flying. Goku realizes that if anybody else gets involved, it'll be dangerous. He sends his Piccolo and looks him in the eyes and says, "Listen, I want to deal with this myself. You take Gohan, Krillin, and you train them. Go to this room of spirit and time up on Kami's lookout. Stay there. Do not come out until I open up the door for you. Teach them everything you know, and let them teach you things they know." So the battle with Raditz and Kakarot happens. But instead of using Kaioken, he taps into Ikari, which basically maxes his power level out to its, I'm not going to say its ultimate power, but I'm going to say he went from a power level 416 to about 1216. He's able to beat the smackdown on Raditz, just barely, but before he dies, Raditz that is, Goku was about to give him a senzu bean, but he says, "No, Kakarot, please let me die." "What, brother? Let me save you." "I wish to see Mother and Father again. But I will tell you something. 1 year or 2 years' time, 2 more Saiyans will come because of my failure. Vegeta and Nappa. Vegeta is the strongest, Nappa is the weakest. Vegeta has a power level close to 15,000. Nappa, I have no idea. So you and everybody better train, because they will not hold back. Good luck, brother." And he passes. He gets in contact with King Kai and asks for Raditz to have access, which he does. Raditz gets the Snake Way and sees everyone that he always wanted to meet. He sees Bardock and Guinea. They spend time talking. Raditz asked to be trained like his brother. But the day of the Saiyans arrived. Now let's do power levels real quick. Goku as base is 9,000, just like he was before, but that's suppressed. When he goes Kaioken, because he's mastered it so long, instead of it going up by 10%, it goes up by 30. So his max power level, if you use multipliers, is close to, I'd say, 55,500. Gohan, because he trained with Piccolo and Krillin and the Time Chamber, his power levels walk all the way up to 15,000. Suppressed. Piccolo is at 10,000. Krillin 9, and Tien, Chaozu, and Yamcha all trail at 5,000. Well, the fight pretty much happens the same way, except one difference. When Nappa's killing off people, Goku is taking a back seat because he wants to see his son do it. And he knows that he could revive them with the Dragon Balls. You see, when he met his father and his mother, his Saiyan nature started to come back. He's not evil, but he wants to see his son, a Saiyan, defeat Nappa and Piccolo. Nappa and Vegeta. Well, something unthinkable happens. Nappa killed Piccolo. Nappa killed Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha. But what's worse is when a blast was headed right towards Goku, Krillin jumped in and got destroyed. Goku is livid. His power level spikes. He is furiously angry. He shouts, "Kaioken times 50!" His power level shoots up to 150,000. He uses a one-handed Kamehameha to destroy Nappa. He looks right at Vegeta, and with one punch nearly kills him. He powers down, still livid, and says, "You get out of here while you can before I change my mind. Go, never let me see you again." Vegeta gets in his pod, terrified. He turns off the navigation computer and just lets the pod float for 2 days. And then he says, "I don't want to go there, but it doesn't seem like I have a choice." He punches in the coordinates and rockets away. You'll find out next time where he went. But let's return to King Kai's planet. Up on King Kai's world, Krillin all of a sudden pops up there. Raditz goes, "Oh no." His mother and father look at him going, "What's wrong, son?" "That was Kakarot's best friend. I'd hate to see what Kakarot did to Nappa and Vegeta." King Kai goes, "Nappa he destroyed, Vegeta he let go." Makes sense. But Gohan, seeing all the fighters around him, explodes. Yellow aura starts to pulsate through his body. His tail fluctuates rapidly, twitching and spasming. And for 2 seconds, he turns Super Saiyan, but falls out of the form. Goku picks his son up and takes his son to Chi-Chi. He's given a sensu bean. Goku looks down at his son, knows all the things that have happened, and he flies to Bulma, telling her the bad news. But she doesn't even flinch an eye when she hears Yamcha died. FYI, in this story, Raditz is going to fall in love with Bulma. Vegeta's going to fall in love with Tights, her sister. Now that we got that out of the way, let's keep going. Up in the other world, King Kai notices that Raditz, Gine, and Bardock have their tails. He says, "Why don't I create an artificial moon and let's see if you can master your 8 forms completely to the point where it doesn't even feel like you're using them, like it's your base form." So for the next year or so, that's what they do. Now we leave this part off with Goku saying to Bulma, "Listen, I may be strong enough to defeat the Saiyans that came, but I know I won't be strong enough to defeat the people on Namek. I need you to build me a gravity room that's also a ship. I plan to go alone to Namek. Well, behind the scenes, Gohan knows he can't let that happen. So the ship is launched. Goku is getting settled in when he hears an ouch. Gohan stands up and sees Goku, and he goes, "You snuck on, didn't you?" "Yep." "Your mother doesn't know you're here?" "Nope." "Okay, let's start training." Goku is a good father in some aspects, but in others, not so much. But we will end this part with Goku and Gohan going to Namek. And just so you know, Krillin will still end up with Android 18. I'm not getting rid of that. Goku will use Kaioken all the way up to Super. Alright, now with that all said, may the power protect you always. Never forget it's your move. May the force be with you. Kamehame. Bye-bye.